Hi there. I think this will be a free-flowing video. Not all my videos are like this. And this is a picture that I just took just now. Not them all. Because when I put sometimes on my videos, I like to put a few of the pictures up because it's all symbolic of a story, you see. And yeah, that's what I like to do. And the picture on here, is well, my room is symbolic of my personality, as every person's room is. But I think I want to talk about the fact that the system is playing the people because they've got to. And I'm talking in regards to the Black Lives Matter cult because that's what it is. The Black Lives Matter is a cult, and so is climate change. So is COVID-19. Come to that, it's a bit of a cult as well. And these cults get created systematically. Everything comes from the top. But if you notice it, all these different cults and organizations, it's all division. It's all because the name of the game is divide and rule. And the reason the system has got to do this, especially now, is because I had an unexpected spiritual awakening just under 10 years ago. And after a few years, I searched the internet to find what I was going through. And I found out that what I was experiencing was a spiritual awakening, something that has happened forever. And that at this moment, in all different countries, people in different types of places, in all different types of areas, have had spiritual awakenings. And what does that mean? Well, it means that they're going through a deep experience and other people are seeing it. And what does that mean for the system? Well, if you're spiritually awakening, you're healing, you're happy. That's what everyone wants. So when I see Black Lives Matter, when I see people wearing masks, that to me is a reflection of the system. It's a reflection of the system. That's what the sheeple are. The sheeple are everything's downloaded from the system onto the sheeple, and so they're just symbolic images of the system. So when you see the sheeple in fear, the system's in fear. And I watched this Australian guy on YouTube, and he's a really good researcher in that, and he says that the wheels are falling off the system. That's why he's seeing so much chaos, because they've got to create it. The system likes divide and rule. Yes, it controls people, but, we all like a hot cup of tea, but we don't like it so hot that our mouth burns. Right? And that's the thing. This is spilling over. And that's not what the system will want. But divide and rule is a good thing to distract people and control people. It's called counterintelligence. This is a real thing. You can look it up, and counterintelligence is a way. It's a military thing, and it's used through propaganda and different psychological means, and that's what's happening now. The police in America were even caught on camera, dropping off trucks with bricks on so the protesters could get it. So it's like I say, all comes from the top, and the problem is, there's a revolution happening on the planet, and that revolution is the revolution of love. And the problem with the revolution of love is it's never happened before. It's always been building. Well, what does it mean, the revolution of love? Well, it means that you become happy. you become, instead of trying to make something else happen and protesting, you're happy with who you are in this present moment. Meaning there's no want anymore. There's all the hurtful desires melt away because you're in love with this presence. And when you're doing that, you become hugely powerful. And the revolution is one person doing that. Another person seeing it, then they do it because they see that it's the route to happiness and abundance. And then when you got more, because everyone wants to be happy. You don't want to be in fear, protesting and being angry or whatever. We all want the same thing really, because within us is the same infinite love power. Which means we're all basically the same oneness, just different expressions of it. And so that's what the system fears most of all. And it's that the system, in my view, is trying to suppress. Because if that happens, then you're going to see a revolution like you've never seen before. Because we are the power. And love heals us, but it helps us to connect on a deeper level to others. So this is why the revolution of love is the revolution. Because love is everything. It connects us all as one collective consciousness, which it's doing. And this force that is orchestrating the riots and all the division and all the coronaviruses and all the hysteria is a demonic force, like I've said. You can call it whatever you want, demons, jinn, I think Muslims call it that. And it's an energy force. And this energy force feeds off of this chaos, and it controls the billionaires lower down. The people with all the money. It controls them to control everything else. And the problem with people having awakens all over the planet, you're going to have very soon, you're going to have people that are supposed to be the evil people awakening as well. Because this awakening's happening everywhere. And you see, the thing is, we were all living in a dream, and now is the time to wake up spiritually. And that's why you're seeing, when you see people understand that the sheeple who are in fear, who are doing the riots and being violent is the act of someone who is afraid. That's what it is. It's the act of aggression, of anger. When we're in anger, that means we're not happy. So violence isn't a powerful thing. It's used when we feel that we are not enough as we are. So a person that is enough as they are is always going to be more powerful than that force. It's a fearful force. And that's the force that is the revolution that's happened on the planet. And it's all meant as well. And that's why you don't have to go protesting. Understand that Black Lives Matter is a systematic cult, organised to play the game that they always play, and that is divide and rule. That's always the game. Always the game. And if you notice, they shift attention off and organise this very quickly because the COVID situation was boiling up. And so they had to shift attention. Right? That's the thing. They had to shift attention from what was really happening. So they create this situation. It's like I was saying yesterday, you know, if you watch animals, kittens that have just been born, say they're different colours, they don't have any idea that their fur is different or it's even better. They don't think like that. That's because we are programmed to think this way. It's not really who we are. you see. You know, it's the problem is we mistake our bodies for who we are, and that's a crazy delusional thing. The body is just to experience the life. You have to look at people a lot deeper than just the physical body. Because if you're just going to look at them like that, it's not a very deep way to look at people. You could get very hurt by someone in love in that situation because you don't really know what they are by just looking at their body. Right? So, yeah, people have to go a lot deeper than that. And like I say, I had an unexpected awakening, and that's why I do these videos. I do it because I know that we're all going through a mass spiritual awakening, and we've all got to do our bit. What's going on just now is not really a physical war, even though it looks like that just now. It's a spiritual war underneath the surface of the physical. And the spiritual war is happening because the demonic forces don't like the fact, because demons and demonic forces feed off of negative, destructive emotions. Love and harmony and oneness kills all this. That's why they've banned people off YouTube. Right? What did David Icke talk about? He spoke about love and oneness. Most of his videos, that's what he says. Says we're all one. But they deleted him. And others, because this is what the demonic system is frightened of. Like I said earlier about the people being reflections of the system, and so are people like Bill Gates. They're just like workmen for the system. Right? The game is not really about a vaccination, even though that's part of it. It's deeper than that. It's about fear of a vaccination. Because the fear is the energy this demonic force feeds off, and love kills it. And everything on this planet at this time is returning to the natural creator of all life, which is just love. I would say that's Gaia. But there's a divine feminine and a divine masculine, and the two are aligning as one. And that's what's happening. So it's not just a female in Gaia, because the female side needs the masculine side. That's why I've even seen some people have said there's a lot of spiritually awakened women. We need more spiritually awakened men. So hopefully by doing these videos I can inspire some men as well to wake up spiritually. And this heart, this love, this ecstasy is what everyone wants, really. And that's why if you create a world of that, it kills this demonic force. Because this demonic force is only there because we allow it to be there. By us choosing to be in fear. Right? Everything goes by energy. If you're self-destructive, you will manifest that. If it's all loving, then you'll manifest that also. Right? So that's how you change you change your world by changing you. You go within your heart center. You change your energy. You heal yourself. You have to look within yourself. That's where all the answers are. And then you change that energy. And then that energy interacts with the next energy. Because everything is energy. So you change the planet properly by changing the energy of that planet. And I think I'm just going to leave it there. And for latest updates, you can check my website, which is www.lovelightfamily.com. Thank you for watching and listening. Thank you.